Today it's a great pleasure to welcome our latest signing. Signing for a month on loan from Rotherham United is Jake Cooper, who's a 21-year-old central defender. Jake, welcome to the J. Davidson Stadium. And let's look at your career today, because you've had quite an interesting career for a young player at 21. And you're born in Burnley, but you're a Sheffield lad.
Yeah, Sheffield lad. Like you said, born in Burnley, but moved back to Sheffield very young, where my mum's side of my family's from, and yeah, just lived there ever since.
And your early career was spent at Sheffield United in terms of your youth career. And tell us about that as an experience.
Yeah, good experience. I sort of waited it out a little bit because I was enjoying my football at just my Sunday League club level. And then made the move over to United, but I enjoyed it. Believe it or not, I was a striker at the time, and that's probably why I got released, because I didn't score any goals. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Good experience, and I think I learnt a lot.
And you've been at Rotherham since 2015, so 6 years. That's a good long spell, and you've made a few appearances for the first team.
Yeah, I think I've progressed well in my time at Rotherham. Obviously, that's when I moved over to centre back. But yeah, I've enjoyed that as well. Being around the first team every day, and obviously training and stuff just improves me massively. So I think due to the standard of that, that's helped me a lot.
And then a couple of seasons ago, you moved into National League North and got a loan spell with Gatehead, which was a good move for you.
Yeah, really good spell. I just thought I could just go in and give my all, and it ended up paying off, and I did well. I needed game time, and to be fair, thanks to Mike and Busty at Gateshead, they give me that, and I think I sort of shined, did well, and we ended up getting in the playoffs that season.
Great experience to be able to play alongside Mike Williamson, who's doing really well as player manager at Gateshead. The top of the National League North, plays some very good football, knocked us out of the FA Cup. But to play with a central defender with the experience he's got must have been superb for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, like if you look at his record and the games he's played, and however many games he's played in the Premier League, then you'd be silly not to try and learn something from him. And he'd speak to me all the time, and he just shows so much like class, really, and what you need to get to that level and to play at that level for so long.
As you just mentioned, you went back there for the playoffs. So when we were playing Chester here in the playoff eliminator back in July 2020, you were down at Brackley. And it was quite a game, quite a memorable game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, good, and probably the best memory of my footballing career so far. Obviously, to end up winning the game on penalties, but to score in the game as well, were big for me, really, and I enjoyed it.
So you've scored just before half time to put Gateshead ahead. Unfortunately, the game's best remembered for the most phenomenal strike from Shane Byrne, almost straight from kick-off. And it was, there's quite a few goals scored from inside the own half, but that was an amazing strike.
Yeah, I can remember losing my head with Brad James, the keeper at the time. And then once you've watched it back, it's just an unbelievable finish. But like I said, we ended up winning, which sort of made it all right, to be fair. So. And
you took and scored one of the penalties.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't want to take one. I left it until about 5th or 6th, and I thought, I hope lads get it done for me. But yeah, I took it and scored, so all good.
And you played against Altrincham earlier that year at the International Stadium. It was Gateshead 2, Altrincham 0. Very, very good performance by the Tynesiders on the day.
Yeah, I think we were in a bit of a run at that point, and we were doing well at the time, and we ended up turning out the winners on the day. I think it was a good game, to be fair, but like I said, Gateshead just ended up coming out on top.
And you could have played against Altrincham in the playoff final, but you went to Boston in the semi-final on the day that we were winning 2-0 at York City, and that was a hell of a game as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think there were 3 penalties in the game. And it were a tough one to take because before the game, if you asked all the lads, we would have fancied ourselves, but that's football at the end of the day, and it can just turn out either way.
And then last season you were on loan at Hartlepool, and whilst you didn't play against Altrincham, you were involved in the game here that finished 1-1.
Yeah, I remember watching the game. It was a good game. Was it? I believe it was a Tuesday night. But yeah, it was good performance by both teams, and did it end up a draw? I believe so.
And another Hartlepool United, great club, had a fantastic season. That must have been a really good experience for you.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Like I said, I would have liked to play a little bit more, but just being around a team, that's winning most weeks, and obviously ended up winning the playoffs. So yeah, another good experience for me.
And this season you've been on loan at Darlington. That's also gone very well. And for a central defender, you've got a good goal scoring record.
Yeah, I like to think so. I think I fancy myself in both boxes, and if I get a chance, I'll back myself to score. So yeah, I'm happy with the goals. To be fair, 3 and 3 it was. So yeah, that's what I'd like to bring to the table, really. And
a very eventful game against Kettering. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, tough start. Ended up scoring an own goal, and then ended up scoring a goal to put us 2-1 up, and then winning a penalty as well. So yeah, it's a good job I scored, because if not, I would have been kicking myself.
And the man who pulled you down for the penalty, or the man who fouled you for the penalty, was our old friend Kyle Perry, who's a big lad these days.
Yeah, he is, to be fair. Yeah, I think I just moved just at the last second, and he ended up sliding, and I just went down, and he gave the penalty. So.
And you've come to Altrincham now, so this is National League football. You have played National League football with Hartlepool, of course, last season. But what's the benefit or the opportunity for you in this move?
Yeah, well, I'd just like to play as high as possible. The gaffers give me an opportunity to come and show myself and prove what I can do. I know what I can do, but hopefully I can go and show that out there week in, week out.
And tell us about yourself as a footballer. How would you describe yourself?
I'd like to think I read the game well. I'm aggressive, and like I've said before, I think I'm confident in both boxes.
And in terms of you come into Altrincham at a difficult time, we're on a really poor run of form, having had great success in the last few seasons. Is that an opportunity or a challenge for you?
A bit of both, really. I think teams go on runs like this, and I think all it needs is one win, and I think you can turn that around pretty quickly. Just think, I know I haven't met the lads yet, but I'm excited to get in for training this week, and just sort of ironing stuff out, really, ready for Saturday.
And you've signed initially for a month, but if it goes well, perhaps you might be able to extend your stay.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to my time here, and hopefully we can sort it till the end of the season.
That's the thoughts of Jake Cooper, who's joined Altrincham for a month from Rotherham United from EFL 1.